There will be other lifting accessories that is needed for installation of mass engineered timber components on site, and we will look at them next. So during the installation of the panels, it is crucial to have the right tools at hand, and the figure below shows an adjustable steel shoring prop. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, so the adjustable steel shoring prop, and that is used for ensuring that the walls, okay, are plumb. Okay, so shoring can be adjusted with screws or without with steel dowels, okay, that can be placed at the frequent intervals. This instrument is essential to ensure a precise angle of installation. So fastenings at both ends is done with the screws. Okay, right. So you need to temporarily stabilize the vertical element before it is connected by the rest of the member, and once it's connected, it's stabilized, you can remove it. Now another device is what you call the beam grip with ratchet and hooks, and this is how it looks like. Okay, so this beam grip with ratchet and hooks is primarily used to bring the panels, okay, together once they are supported. Right? Because when you are doing the lifting, it is impossible to lift it in such a way that it is perfectly aligned to each other. So there will be a gap. So you use the beam grip with ratchet and hooks to close the gap. So necessary to use this type of equipment to ensure that there is proper contact between the wall, the floor, and the roof panels. Right, and you can actually use the beam grip, okay, to connect the members that are perpendicular. So it can be used to ensure proper contact between two panels that are installed perpendicularly. Instead of hooks, the beam grip is used with two perforated plates. The beam grip is screwed onto the CLT wall and roof panels. Okay, the clamping is then performed, and the panels are screwed to one another using self-tapping screws or other systems. Okay, tightening will ensure that proper contact between the elements to minimize, okay, air infiltration, water infiltration, and sound transmission. Now, at the interface between the ground level concrete slab and the wall panel, the level may not be perfectly flush. So you need to use either steel shims, the steel shim plates, or cement grout, okay, to ensure that the interface is perfectly flush. Right? So often necessary to use steel shim plates of different thickness under the CLT wall at the junction of the concrete foundations, okay, for them to be perfectly square. Once the wall has been properly installed and it is at the right angle, the gap is usually filled with a cement-based grout, okay, and important to use a weatherproof membrane at the base, okay, between the concrete and the wood to limit the movement of the water into the building. Now, in terms of connection, okay, you can actually go for the wood and the self-tapping screw as a form of connection. The ease of installation and the high lateral and withdrawal capacity of the screws, okay, makes them quite popular amongst the designers and builders, as they can take a combined axial and lateral loads. So the wood screws and the self-tapping screws come in different sizes and specific features. Self-tapping screws are available in diameters up to 14 mm and length up to 1.5 meters, while the common length could be around, say, 1 meter. They do not require pre-drilling in most cases, unlike the traditional wood or lag screws, which require pre-drilled holes, the size of which depends on the density of the wood-based material, okay, they are driven into, okay, and the diameter of the screw. So design capacity of the screws in cross-laminated timber must account for the potential gap in the unglued cross plies and other artificially shorn grooves in common, okay, in this CLT fabrication. So you can see here, for example, okay, when the member, okay, the beam member, the CLT beam member is supported at this edge here, okay, it may actually start to tear along the ply here. So in order to minimize the possibility, you can actually reinforce this location here by inserting the self-tapping screw, okay, right? Or if the compression is very high, then it's going to start to deform here, you can improve the capacity here by inserting the self-tapping screws into the member here, right? So some examples of using the self-tapping screw to strengthen the CLT members or the GluArm members. Okay, and you can see the worker installing quite a long self-tapping screw. Yeah. Also, the self-tapping screws come in different sizes and different lengths. Okay, that's available. Right. And another way to do the connection will be using the perforated plates, and you can see this how it looks like here, perforated plates. Okay, yeah. So it comes in different thickness, okay, and different characteristic value for tensile strength, okay, and you need to install the fasteners or the screws, okay, through the perforated plates, right? So again, different type of geometry, okay, yeah, you can take tensile load, okay, in a transverse direction also, no problem. You can also have what you call the shear anchor brackets, and this is how the shear anchor brackets look like. Okay, shear anchor brackets, right? And this is how you can assemble, okay, the members using the shear anchor brackets. Okay, you position the brackets, okay, at the location that you want to do the assembly. Okay, then after that you mark out the holes where you need to drill through the concrete element, for example. Okay, so then you remove the bracket first, and then after that you do the drilling through the concrete, right? Then you clean the holes, okay, then you can insert the ankles, okay, the ankles, then after you insert the bracket, okay, yeah, then after that you put them, yeah, then after that you can then put in the timber element, then after that you do the fastening. Now you can actually connect the different panels or different members of the mass engineered timber together, and in terms of the flexibility of connections, there are many different connections available. So for example, wall to base connections, there are different ways to do it. So you can see here, for example, this is one way, okay, we call it the exposed metal plate connection. So this is the concrete footing, and if you want to install the timber wall panel, for example, on top, okay, so you can have a series of the metal plates with your these anchor bolts and all that, okay, then after that you install, okay, and connect in this way. So that's one way. You can also go for a angle plate connection, where instead of using a metal plate, okay, you use a angle plate. Okay, and the connection is done on this side, right? So bolted here, then after that you have this the self-tapping screws, for example. Okay. You can also go for a wooden profile connection, where you install the wooden profile, okay, so that the timber member can sit properly, okay, right? So the wooden profile comes in a different pattern, okay, right? Okay, wooden profile. You can also go for a concealed metal plate, okay, where you install the metal plate, okay, you pull it to the RC element, then after that your this CLT wall, okay, you come with pre-drilled holes so that the holes can receive the steel plate, okay, or you can receive the steel plate, then after that you insert inside, then after that you put in a dowel bar on both ends, alright, so that's how it looks like. In terms of a panel-to-panel joint, okay, you can go for a single internal spline, okay, so this is a single internal spline. You can have a surface spline on the surface here, okay, right, you can also go for a double surface spline, okay, right, one here and another one here, okay, so that is possible for panel-to-panel. You can also do what you call a half lap joint, okay, where this is one half of the lap joint, the other half of the lap joint, you bring them close together and you insert the self-tapping screw. Okay, that's how it looks like. Right? Or you can go for something that is a little bit more sophisticated, okay, where you have this tube, okay, with the openings here, okay, then after that you actually put it inside here and then you insert in these screw rods, okay, on both sides, and then use the nut to tighten it. Okay, right. So this one is a little bit more sophisticated. So for the floor to the wall panel, again, different variations possible. You can have the metal brackets, okay, metal bracket for both the lower unit and the upper floor, okay, yeah. Or you can just go for the metal bracket with the self-tapping screws, okay, the self-tapping screw to connect the lower unit and the upper panel, okay, you use the metal bracket, right? Also various combinations available, right? You can go for concealed metal plate for both the upper level and the lower level. Yeah, you can go for self-tapping screws between the upper level and the lower level also, right? Or you can have this a bearing support, okay, a bearing support, okay. You can have this metal bracket support, okay, and this one is also a metal bracket support, but done in a different formation, okay, right. For roof connection, okay, you can have a self-tapping screw, okay, to do the roof connection for the roof member to the wall panel, okay, right. So self-tapping screw in the different connecting manner, okay. You can also have metal brackets, okay, right, to connect the roof member to the wall panel members, right. So very versatile in terms of different ways of connection. So normally what we do is that we will check with the installer, that means the people that is doing the assembly, to find out which is the method that they are most comfortable or experienced in, so that we specify something that is easy to be done. No point you go and specify a way of installation where the site people that is doing the installation, they are not familiar with. You must well check with them to find out what they are familiar with, and then after that you design accordingly. That will be much better. For lintels, there are different ways for you to install the lintels. You can do it as an engaged lintel, where you specially create a piece of a member that is serving as a lintel to transfer maybe a very heavy load, okay. Or if really required, you can just cut a hole, okay, in your this panel, and then after that you have a continuous lintel. So it depends on the actual situation and the designer, yeah. Oh, then these are some examples of engaged lintel, and so on and so forth, okay, at the different CLT projects. Right, so like I say, the timber is very versatile. It can be connected to the steel member, okay, and this one shows you the connection to a steel girder as a joist under the ceiling, okay. It can also be embedded, okay, through the flange, okay, right, or and the web, right, yeah, so very versatile. Right, so this one show you another variation, okay, where you insert this derived timber board, okay, yeah, or you can have this the gypsum fiber board and all that. So the versatility is there, okay, in terms of combination with the steel. So you can see for this project, okay, the timber component is installed together with the steel I-beam, okay, yeah, so you can do it, no problem.